Hello there, Board Game Maniacs, and thanks for joining us for another episode of Apocalyptic Saturday! Probably tell from the description of the video that we are playing none other than Project Z, a zombie miniature game by Warlord Games. You've seen this in the past, and Warlord has recently announced that they are re-releasing for a limited time this game, so that if you don't got it, check it out at warlordgames.com and you can purchase it. It's already up now for pre-order, so you can get the box set and many different specials too as well. And also on the website, you can see here, like this building here, not these, this is from a different company, but this one here you can actually purchase from Warlord Games website, as well as the lamp packs too as well. And these buildings, not buildings, these are fences. So these fences, I paid to them on double side, but you can get them on Warlord Games website as well, so go check that out as too. Some of the other terrain that I'm using in this battle report is, I think this is from Plastic Craft, so this is kind of like part of a cell that you can get. And also I got these things, and this is just some MDF terrain that I purchased and painted up. Two of them. I made this from scratch. This is kind of like a guard tower, as well as right here I made these from scratch. Actually, I followed a video on YouTube to create, excuse me, hiccups again, to create such things as this. And these are purchased MDF kits too as well. And obviously the table mat that we're using is from Table War. Go check out everybody. You'll be surprised at how great the quality is. Now let's go on to the long intro. For this mission, I made a custom mission up just to get my feet wet again for this game, because it's been a long time since I played Project Z. And it's pretty simple. The board is, again, it's not regulation size, but if anything, I'd probably say it's like a 2 by 1.5, if that, because we're going to play inside this prison right here, and this is solely what it is. And the sole purpose of this prison is to survive for 6 rounds. If you survive for 6 rounds, you win. If you lose, and if you don't survive, then obviously you're just turned into zombie meat, or just undead walking around and last in the prison cell still. I have 6 zombie spawn points. You can see them here. And there's 2 zombies starting off on each of the spawn points. And every subsequent round after that, you're going to get 2 more. So again, you just have to make sure that you can survive for the 6 rounds. We are starting off with the same amount of cards, the 5 cards. I just randomly drew these. And if you're not sure, you can look it up onto the website, Warlord Games and everything, to find out what all this information is too as well. And on top of that, we have 4 heroes for this mission. You can have as many heroes as you want for the mission, but because I am playing it solo, I'm just going to keep it with 4. You can see here we have Chainsaw Mac, and he has Run, Rage, he has 1 wound, Burst, Chainsaw, and we have a Very Bad Babe. She has 1 wound, and she's unique, Run, and Hunter keywords. Awesome. And then I put Chainsaw Mac where the Bad Babe is, but that's not good. And then we have the Cop. This Cop has 1 wound, Run, and Bodyguard, Clips, and Bullets. I try to keep people I tried to pick them so they'd be kind of balanced out, because, you know, you can run out of ammo into this game, so I got to be careful with that. And last but not least, we have the Little Girl. She don't have an extra wound, but she has Run, Hold Back, Coward, Sneaky, My Stuff, Teddy Bear. We'll go over all of these things as we play the game, if you're not familiar with these, as they come up. Now, each of them has some grit tokens, as you can see under the card. If I can get rid of the glare. There we go. So in total, this is the amount of grit tokens we have, and we can use them for such things like re-rolls and so on. So we will inform you how to play this with the grit tokens as we go along too as well. The board is all set up, and we are ready for the first round of Carnage. Before we roll off to see the initiative of if the zombies are going to go first, or if the heroes, survivors are going to go first. I know that with solo rules you can play it differently, but I'm playing as if the zombies are another player, but even though I'm going to be controlling both of them. And one more thing I forgot to mention is you can see some supply drops that are here, 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 and here, and one back here. So that makes a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 supply drops. And for this to happen, a hero got to be next to it. It don't take an action to do it, but they have to be touching it at least. And then you would flip it over, and each of them has a number onto it. And what I did is I gave like some 1s, some 2s, and some 3s within the 5. And there are only 1 3, I think there are 3 2s and 2 1s or something. But anyhow, if a hero comes in contact, base contact, they're going to roll a die. A d6 die, not these, but a d6. And if they get equal or lower than the number that's onto them, they get to pick a card that they're going to be able to use, which are these survival cards. So originally we would start off with some of these, but we're not starting off with these. These are going to come as, it's like picking up equipment and everything. And I just picked up ones like that would be beneficial here, like ammo, reload tokens, and so on. So I just separate them, which would be beneficial, and then I just shuffle them all together. So just be aware of that. So right now, we're on to the initiative phase. Let's go to the dice box to see who's going to go first, if it's going to be the zombies or the heroes. But I guess I got to deploy the heroes first, so let's do that. Like I said before, I may be kind of forgetting certain things during the games, like zombie games, because I get tied up into it and I get hooked into it. And I'm like, oh, this game is awesome. And I get so wrapped up into it. Anyhow, like I said, I forgot about deployment. So I deployed them all in the corner here again. And they can't, if they stay there, all these zombies are just going to converge onto them. And it's going to be a really bad thing. So they have to go out, move around, or choose to stay there. It's up to them to try to survive. But anyhow, let's see who goes first. Hopefully it's going to be the survivors first, or the heroes, as I say. And the white is going to be the heroes, and the black are zombies. The more hits gets initiative. So I'll tally them up and I'll be back. And as you can see right now, it is a tie because we're 1 apiece, so we're just going to re-roll again. And that's, ooh, 1, 2, 3. That's 4 hits for the humans. So far, they're going good. They're survivors. And we got 1, 2, 3 for the zombies. So initiative goes this round to the survivors. First is the movement phase. And let's move the cop first, I guess. His movement is 6. He got 6 inches. So this cop, he don't want to get engaged by any of them. So he's going to just kind of go around the corner here to go roughly right there. And that means he has moved. And I'll be back after I move everybody else. Movement phase, or movement subphase, is all done for the heroes. You can see that the Bad Babe, Very Bad Babe, and Chainsaw Mac has moved up a little bit, not too much. Little girl moved her full 6 inches. And the cop moved his full 6 inches around here. Now we're on to the zombie movement subphase, and they will move 4 inches to the closest human or survivor. So I'll be back after I move them. With all the movement done for both the heroes and zombies, you can see that one of the zombies have tied up the little girl. A zombie's tied up Chainsaw Mac. 2 zombies are getting close to the cop. And these 2 zombies are getting closer to the little girl. They moved as well as the other ones too as well. So the only ones that are really in threat right now is Chainsaw Mac and the little girl. So let's go on to the shooting subphase. Moving on to the shooting subphase, we are going to use the cop first because he is going to try to blast the 2 zombies in front of him. He has a grenade rocket or grenade launcher. It has a range of 6 into it. And it has burst. Does that burst or blast? Bodyguard, no, it has clips and bullets, so it don't have burst. So he's going to target the closest one first, right here, obviously, and try to kill it. Hopefully he'll do some really devastating damage. Look at dice box and see. If you look on the weapon chart here, I just printed it off to make it a little bigger than the book. So grenade launcher is 6 dice. You can see the dice icon. Or 6 inches, I mean the measurement icon, sorry. And wait till I move this a little bit better so we can see this. All right, so the grenade launcher again. So 6 and 4, so 4 dice, 6-inch range, and it has blast. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. My bad. So it has blast and piercing. So a blast, anything within a 1-inch range of the target, friendly or foe, is going to take damage to as well, maybe. And piercing, that is, I looked at that already, and if we go here for piercing, it says a character or weapon with this trait counts every lightning bolt as 2 hits. So that's pretty devastating. Let's roll and see what happens. 4 dice going into the closest zombie first, and the second zombie too as well, because you roll once. So therefore, 2 hits. Now let's determine the first zombie. So the first zombie has 1 dice for defending, and he did not do anything, so 2 hits go to that zombie. And now the second one, because it is blaster within 1 inch range, is going to defend, and he does nothing too as well. So I have to roll these twice. So the first zombie, if I get a headshot, it's going to totally take them out. It's going to be, that's lightning. So here goes, boom. Nope. So the first one is just going to push back and knock down. He's going to be shocked. Boom. Ugh. So this one, he is shocked. He's laying down. Now we have to roll to see if he's going to do anything for that. Hopefully we're going to get a headshot going on. So again, it's 2 dice. And no, nothing happens. So he don't even have to roll anything, because clips and bullets is only 1 for reload. I'll train. Yeah, so I think that is it. So the only thing that happens here is 1 zombie got knocked down, but he's not out of the race. Because this is a zombie apocalypse, he gets a reload token. Not 2, even though that he was shooting at 2, it was only blast, so it took out 2 of them. So let's go on to the shooting. I'll be back if anything else happens here. At the end of the shooting phase, nothing else happened. The bad babe, the very bad babe, shot here into this. Now, I could be getting this wrong, if so please correct me with the timestamp and refer to a page number. But what I was seeing into the rule book and what I remember is she shot at this zombie, but because he's in base contact with another character, gonna get an inaccurate, so it loses 1 of the die, but anyhow, shot and blocked. The zombie was able to block it, so that there was nothing happened else. And now, also on top of that, there's no other shooting to happen because engaged, and he already went, and Chainsaw Mac is engaged. Next phase is the melee phase, and there's 2 melee groups that we're going to have to do here. But first, we have to see if anybody's within 2 inches, and if they're going to go in base contact. For the beginning of the melee phase, the only one who moved up was the very bad babe, because she has, what's it called again? Hunter, and which means she could be within 6 inches of an enemy miniature to be able to engage them with the attack, more or less. And she was well within 6 inches, so she engaged. So now we're going to deal with the melee phase, and why not start off with her instead of going to the little girl? So because she engaged, she gets an extra die to her melee phase. So let's see if she's going to take me out before Chainsaw Mac does. For her dice, I could be doing this wrong, but it does say on her card that she gets a melee bonus of 2 dice, and her handgun, which she's only equipped with, can be used as a hand weapon, so she gets 2 for that too as well. So that's 4, and the zombie has 1 defense dice. So let's roll this and see what happens here. The zombie blocked 1, and the only ones that can go through is going to be this, because she has Hunter, and she don't have anything else that can convert this to a hit or what have you, so 2. So blocks 1. So therefore, there's 1 roll going in to see if the zombie is going to be dead or slain. Like shocked, I should say, or gone. No, so just push back an inch and is knocked down. Because of being pushed back an inch, it would get slammed into the wall and fall down. So therefore, that is it for the very bad babe. But Chainsaw Mac is going to have some fun here. He wants to use the chainsaw, but you know what? It's already down. So he's going to spend 1 of the grit tokens out of his the grit pool to completely take out this zombie. Next melee is the little girl and the zombie. The little girl is looking at that zombie cop, and she's like, I don't want any part of that. She has a special rule on her card, which is called Coward. Move up to 4 inches away from any enemy miniature if any of your opponents use a grit token. So we are just going to spend that grit token. So grit token number 2, and we are moving 4 inches away, which is going to bring her roughly about here. And as I said before, she's touching this. We're going to flip it over, roll a d6, and see if she gets any cards. Oh, that's not a good one to grab. So we're going to do a d6, and she has to get a 1. If she gets anything else, then it's no card for her. And as mentioned before, this is a house rule that we're doing. I'm using Max Aggression Gaming Dice D6. Go check them out, maxaggressiongaming.com. Great place in the Ag region to buy all of your gaming needs. All right, here goes. It needs a 1. She gets a 6, so therefore she don't pick anything up. But she gets away from the zombie at least because she was spent a grit token. And that ends the melee phase for this first round. Now we're going on to the end phase, if I'm not mistaken, or the cleanup phase. For the upkeep phase, we have to do a couple of things. First off, we're going to stand up all prone miniatures so this zombie stands up like so, and that was the only one that was prone on the board. Next thing, we're going to have to try to remove the reload tokens. And we'll have to go to Dice Box for that because we got to see if we can remove one from the cop and one from the very bad babe. First off, for the cop, he has clips and bullets, so he will remove the reload token on this or also on a slain, I think is what it is. Because if you look at his card here and you flip it over for clips and bullets, remove reload tokens and the score of the armor or shock or lightning bolt, whatever you want to call it. Oh boy, here goes, and he removes the reload token. Good job for you. But the very bad babe cannot remove the reload token because she don't have clips and bullets. This is the only way she can do it, by getting this symbol. And she don't, so she still has no ammo for this round, which sucks. But we're going to spend another clip token, another grit token, to instantly remove this. You could do that during the gameplay of shooting if you were able to shoot again or whatever, but she spent another grit token to remove that, so therefore there's 3 grits out of the pool of 10. When I say 10, I mean 9, because I cannot add. So 3 is gone and 6 is left. So 6 take away, or 9 take away 3 is 6, and that's 6 left. Boop, boop. And the very last thing that we have to do, which is super scary, we have to respawn all of the spawn points. And with this custom mission, like I said, we are going to be adding 2 zombies for each spawn point. And then when we get to round 4, we flip this over and we're going to add 4 zombies for each spawn point, which is going to suck. But anyhow, I'll populate that and I'll start off the movement phase. And when something happens, if it is big, I'll be back and show you. We're on round number 2 again, and again, we're on round number 2 of 6, and I spawned all the zombies, and I'll be back when something interesting happens, but I just wanted to show you a shot of the board here, and you can see there's more zombies starting to come out, so this is going to populate. If we don't kill them, it's going to populate pretty fast, and chances are we're going to be stuck in melee all the time. Anyhow, let's go on to round 2. Movement phase is all done, and I have to say we have some trouble going on. Closer shot right here. The zombies have moved up, so pretty much the very bad babe is going to be outnumbered, and Chainsaw Max is going to have a zombie onto him. And if you look here, this is horrible for the little girl. She is going to have all of them zombies coming in after her and attacking her at once. This is bad. You can see all the other zombies have moved around, but you can see here too as well, the cop actually moved up on higher ground, and all the other zombies are kind of coming towards him. So we got some trouble here. Hopefully his grenade launcher is going to work, and hopefully this is going to work here, but I think the little girl has got it done. So anyhow, that was all the movement phase. So let's go on to the shooting sub phase now, and let's start off with the very bad babe, I guess. Let's shoot the cop first with the very bad babe. She don't have any special ability here or whatever, so she's just going to shoot point blank at the cop. She can't try to shoot anyone else, so she's going to try to take at the cop. Here's her dice. She gets a +1 for her range, because it is range still, because they're not base contact. Oh boy, the one zombie got a black die. So he didn't block anything. And she's got only 1 hit onto him. So hopefully she's going to get like, oh boy, like a really, really good, I don't know. She needs to get the lightning bolt here to slay this. If not, I'm going to push back and knock down. Push back and knock down an inch. There we go. Good job for her, and her shooting is done. And now let's go on to the little girl here. She don't have anything that she can use, but if she got something there, it might have helped her, but she failed. In this shooting phase, let's shoot. Oh yeah, and you do this after all of your phases are like you're shooting in melee and so forth, so to roll a d6. So on. So anyhow, boom, 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 boom. She's gonna shoot with her Uzis. Before she does that, she's gonna spend another grit token, and she is going to go back her 4 inches to here, so she's kind of out of the fray. And now she is going to shoot here now, because she's got range and she's got the ability to shoot. Because the girl got an Uzi, she gets 3 dice that she is able to shoot. And I guess she's gonna shoot at this old guy right here. Why? Why not? So 1 die goes. Oh, 3 hits and he got no defense. So guess what? Them 3 hits are going to go through and hit that zombie. Hopefully, whoops, we're gonna get a slain here to knock him out completely, to take him off the board. 1 hit result. That sucks. So therefore, he gets pushed back an inch and he is knocked down. And that ends her shooting. Let's go on now to right here for the cop. And I just checked. They're within an inch of everybody. So within an inch of her, an inch and an inch. Just this guy can't be shot unless I target him. But I want to target her to get rid of these ones. So we're going to roll to see what happens. And before I forget, she gets a reload token, and also the very bad babe. I forgot to add the reload token on her. It's not a double one. It's just there. Now we're going to resolve the police officer. So again, the ones that are going to be affected are 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to roll his dice, and then we're going to resolve each of them. So here goes 4 dice. Ooh, 2 hits. That don't count. Totally forgot that the police officer actually has a +1 to his range. So it's a +1 die. And he's got a +1 to his melee, which I haven't played last for this. But anyhow, there's the extra die. Ooh, that was a hit anyhow. So therefore, that's 3 hits. The slain don't work. So now we have to try to resolve this now. So let's roll in order. So white, blue, red, and then the backwards hat. Guy in the white. Let's see if he blocks any of them. No, he don't. So the 3 hits are going to go through with that one. The second one, which is the guy in the suit. Nope. So 3 hits go into that. The girl, 3 hits. And the backwards hat guy. Oh, he blocked 1, so 2. So let's do the backwards hat guy first. So there's resolving 2 dice. And that's 2 hits, so he's only going to be pushed back and gone prone. Pew! So he's just gone prone. Let's see the axe now. Girl in the red dress, 3 hits. She'd fail to block any. And again, no lightning shots. Or I mean, guy in a blue suit. Oh, he is slain. Slain. Off with your head! He's gone. And now the John Travolta looking white suit zombie. He failed to block any. And I only hit him for 1, so therefore he is pushed back and knocked down. That's it. He don't get affected. Nothing happened with him, and the rest of them are fine. So that is resolving for the cop. Now, is there any other shooting that I can do? I don't think so, because Chainsaw Mac has a chainsaw. He don't shoot. He just charges in and so that is the shooting phase. Now we are going on to the melee subphase. We're going to deal with this one at a time. So let's go with the very bad babe. She has Hunt Remember within 60, so she can move in here. So now she's going to try to attack this zombie. She has a gun that can be used into melee. So she has a bonus of +2. And the gun can be used, so that's going to be 2 + 2. Because I think her hand pistol gets 2 dice. That she can use it as a hand weapon. Close combat, it said. And she gets a +1 because she charged in. And on top of that, she gets a melee bonus of +2. And the zombie only gets 1. Hopefully I did this right. If not, again, timestamp, comment below and let me know. Page number 2, okay, here goes. Whoops, roll that off. She's looking in some pretty good shape here. Oh yeah, definitely. He didn't block any, it don't make a difference. So this don't count, that don't count, but 3 shots are gonna go in to, or 3 hits are gonna go into the zombie with the no legs. When I say zombie with no legs, the zombie don't have no legs. Here goes. Give me a lightning bolt. Yes, slain, slain, slain. Sure, because you have no legs, but I can still hit you. Gone. Good job. This is going to be a fun roll. I'm using 2 black dice because I don't have enough white dice. Because the chainsaw gets 10. It is only a close combat. He has ram. And ram means that he gets 2 extra if he engaged in combat, which he did instead of 1. So that's 12 dice. But he also has reload, which means he gets a double reload token instead of 1 after this assault. So let's see what he can do here. Oh, all I want is successes. So there's 1 black success. I'm going to take this lightning bolt just so I don't get confused and change it as a success and get rid of these 2 black. Because they did roll armor. So this don't count, that counts, that counts, that counts, this don't, these count. So out of all them 12 dice, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes, 7 hits. Going on to the zombie. The zombie gets to defend 1. And it don't, so all 7 is going to go in to see if he can hack that 1 zombie. And also, too, I think chainsaw has, no, it don't have, I wish it had, like, scattering, cut everything up. But now, all you need is 1 lightning and the zombie is finished. You can see the lightning is right there. The zombie is finished. Gone. Good job, Chainsaw Mac. No wonder you're covered in blood. Now, let's go to other melee. There's nobody else that's really melee except for this guy. He's going to charge in because he got 2 inches. And for him not to be able to do that, this here has to be over 2 dice high, and it's not, obviously. So he's charging in, and now he's going to attack the cop. Here's what the dice are going to be rolled. So 1 for charging in for the zombie, and then 2 for his melee. And then we have 2 defense for the cop. So hopefully he's going to block this. But he has 1 wound to help him. Oh. So they flubbed everything you can see there. And it still don't matter. The cop is perfectly fine. Because the cop was perfectly fine, he's getting pushed back 1 inch. And that is it. So now we have to go on to the cleanup phase. So what I'm going to do is I'll do all of that and I'll come back and I'll let everybody know where we are standing. First thing in the cleanup phase, we have to stand up all prone. Oh, forgot 1. He's got to stand up too as well. So the cop is standing up. Everyone else is standing up now. And now we have to deal with the reload token. So let's do the Very Bad Babe first. She got 1. And she don't get it. Does she have anything with her that she can do? Hunter, wounds, run, unique? Nope. So she failed. So now Chainsaw Mac gets to roll 2 dice because there's 2 bullets. And see if he can reload. Oh, he got that. So he gets to reroll 1. And Chainsaw Mac, does he got anything else that can help him? No, he don't. So he gets to remove 1. Oh, where's Chainsaw Mac? There he is. He gets to remove 1 of the reload tokens anyhow. So he can't really attack with this chainsaw. He can only punch. So he's going to try to stay away this next round, I think. So that little girl got 1. So let's see if little girl can remove. Nope. She still got it. Uh-oh. And now the cop. He still got it. I was afraid of this, that it was going to come to the point where I'm not going to be able to remove any of my reload tokens. But what I'm going to do, because I don't want to take a chance going on to round 3, spend a grit token to remove Very Bad Babe. And I'm going to spend another grit token to remove from Chainsaw Mac. Now, if he had 2, I could spend 2 grit tokens to remove 2 of the reload tokens. And the little girl, I'm going to spend a grit token to remove that. And I got 1 more grit token right here that I'm going to spend to remove that one. Now, I did totally forget that I do have these cards that I can use at any point. Like I could use this to block them all if I wanted to, but I forgot. I got to try to remember this. And I don't have any of my cards yet because I was unsuccessful with this. So now we are going on to round number 3. Before we go on any further, where I said the cleanup phase, the end of last round, it's not called the cleanup phase, it is the upkeep phase. Anyhow, we're on to round 3. I'm going to do the movement, and when the movement is all done, I'll be back. Before we start off round number 3, I just wanted to let everybody know, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but if any of the survivors are touching a spawn point, such as Chainsaw Mac is here, you can't spawn zombies on that because it's kind of like blocking it down. But I did spawn before we start off from round 3. You can see all the other zombies that are on the board. So again, it's getting more crowded. There was going to be 12, but only 10 came on because Chainsaw Mac was blocking that one zombie spawn point. So therefore, it's movement time. You can see here, all movement is done. And it is starting to get more scary. The Bad Babe, Very Bad Babe moved back. Chainsaw Mac moved up because he's got the chainsaw. He wanted to attract as many zombies as he can. The little girl moved too as well, and you can see zombies are close to her. The cop is going to be in some trouble, and the rest of them are just moved around. So that's the movement phase. Now we're on to the shooting sub phase, and let's start off with the Very Bad Babe going to shoot into that cop. Here we go. Very Bad Babe, she gets a +1 bonus to her range, and 2 is her base for her gun, and 1 defense for the zombie. And that's 3 hits. He failed, so therefore we have to resolve these 3 shots going into the zombie. I'm looking for a lightning. Come on, Cletus. No, but hit 1, so therefore that zombie is going boom, and just dropped. Not bad, not bad. But for her trouble, she does get a reload token. On to the little girl for the shooting. So she has Cowardly, because I'm thinking Cowardly is probably what she wants to use here to move up to 4 inches away from an enemy miniature if any of your opponents use a grit token. Oh yeah, she has to. This is bad. We only have 1 grit token left, and I don't think I want to use that. So, oh well. Like I said, she's probably going to be gone. So she's going to, actually no, I got to try to keep her in. It's round 3. We're getting close. So I'm going to spend the last grit token to move up to 4 inches. So she's going right there. Good luck to her. Well, yeah. Anyhow, and now since she spent the grit token to move, she's going to shoot at the lady zombie right here now. She's higher ground, so she gets a +1 die. I just noticed too, as well as the use, you got to reload, not just 1 when she shoots. You got a double 1, so I'm going to have to fix that moving forward. But anyhow, here goes. Little girl gets nothing, because that don't count. So nothing happens to that zombie, but something happens to the little girl, and that is she gets 1 of the reload tokens. Now the cop is going to shoot, and he's got, they're really close, but he wants to try to take out more of these, so he needs to be particular. So if he aims at him, he's going to get an inch here, an inch here, and an inch here. And then there'll be 3 more left. So that's something he's going to aim here to shoot at these guys. Remember, he does have blast, so I'm going to roll this first. And 2 hits. So now we're going to do these zombies. So let's see, he was doing that one for, no, this one. So he's going to roll here. I'll just roll right here. And he blocked it. So he blocks 1. So 1 hit goes on him right here. Let's go to the next guy beside him. Backwards hat. 1 hit goes to him because I did roll this as well. Now this one right here, 2 hits are going into him, and now it's just a woman here. And she failed, so 2 hits are going into her. So 1, 1, 2, 2. Let's go see what happens. For 1, gonna be prone. Second one, dead. Let's do that first. So first one, gets pushed back, knocked down. This guy is dead-o. And now we have to resolve 2 for her. And 2 for him. Businesswoman first. Headshot! Off goes her head and her arm and everything else. Now the farmer. Knocked down, pushed back. And because he has a reload, does he have reload onto his grenade launcher, blast, piercing? No. So he only gets 1. That is it for all the shooting, and now we're on to the melee phase. For the melee phase, I moved everybody where they would. So she has the hunter, so she's able to move up to 6, which she did to get close to him. Mac moved up close to get to him. These zombies can't move because they're not close enough. These zombies, however, you can see they were definitely close enough to the cop, so they all moved accordingly. Oh, this is really bad. So now we have to deal with some melee. After all melee is done for this round, you can see here that the cop is still standing, and the reason why is because he used some cards to block some hits, because he did roll blocks. He was able to block everything except for 1, and you can see I'm missing one of these shield ones. I didn't use the one that I could block all damage, but I only had to play 1 to block 1. And because of that, this is the cards he has left. And I think that is it for that melee, because there's no other melee to resolve, because we already did this one. And that is it for the melee subphase. Now we're on to the upkeep phase of it all. During the upkeep phase, I stood up all of the shocked miniatures, and now we're going to have to roll for this. Before we do that, you can see that the cop is beside, he's actually touching it, so I should have done this before, but it don't matter. So this is a 2, so now we got to roll a d6, and I have to get 2 or under. 2 or under to get one of the cards, and I get a 4, so he fails. Now for the last part of the upkeep phase, well, the second last part, because we're still going to have to spawn zombies, and that is to get rid of all of these ammo tokens. I'll be back after I roll. At the end of this upkeep phase, you can see that the Very Bad Babe removed her reload token. She removed 1, he didn't remove any, so we're having some problems. They stood up. I've populated the board with 12 more zombies, and at the end of round 4, you know what's going to happen. It's going to be populating the board with 4 at each spawn point, so there are going to be 24 zombies coming on the board at the end of round 4, so we're in some deep trouble here. Let's go on now to round number 4. We're at the top of round number 4, the beginning of round number 4, and we're into some deep doo-doo because we have no grit tokens. We also have 2 of our people not able to do anything because they can't shoot because they have a reload token onto them. This is looking very scary, so, and again, at the end of the round, this round, number 4, there's going to be double the amount of zombies come on the board, so we're in some deep trouble. After the movement is all done on both sides, you can see that, like I said, we're in some deep trouble because Chainsaw Mac is surrounded, because you can see Chainsaw Mac is dead center, but he likes it like that, so he should, or hopefully will be fine. And then we have the little girl and the Very Bad Babe. They're getting swarmed over here too as well. And then if you look at the cop, like that's a lot of zombies going on here for the walking phase, the walk part, or the movement phase, I should say. So now we are onto the shooting phase, and if anything happens, well, there's going to be a lot that's going to happen, so let's just do it, shall we? First thing for the shooting phase, we are going to, we'll go with the Very Bad Babe, and she's going to shoot first. She is taking aim at this John Travolta looking zombie right here. Here's the dice, and just so we're explaining it again, so it's 2 dice for her hand pistol, plus she gets a +1 to her range, which will give her 3, and the black is for the, whoops, the zombie. And we have 1 block, and guess what? That blocks it, that one, so the zombie don't get touched. This is a really bad outcome. And she gets a reload token for her trouble. So let's go to, the little girl cannot shoot because she has a reload token. Uh-oh. This reload token that was sitting over here actually is for the cop, who too cannot shoot because he has a reload token, and we don't have any grit to spend, so we are in a lot of trouble. So now we are going to go on, because that's all the shooting phase that was done. So now we have to go on to the melee phase, and we're going to deal with Chainsaw Mac first. We've seen Chainsaw Mac before, but he also has a burst. So with burst, he can distribute any wounds he wants within the target, 1 inch from the target. So he is going to pick at this guy here, which is the hospital wearing gown zombie, and he's going to chainsaw with 12 dice. Let's go see what happens. Ooh. I'm going to tally them up before we roll for each of the affected miniatures. That is 8 hits in total that Chainsaw Mac has gotten. He can distribute them in any way he wants to, but first we are going to do some zombie retaliation blocking. So for the gowned wearing zombie, here goes, and he's taking some damage. So because he's going to take some damage, I'm going to pick this one. So I got to roll for 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I should probably divvy it up first. That's probably the best thing. So after I complete all this, I'll be back and I'll explain it all. You can see there that the 8 damage is divvied up. So 2 goes on to her, 1's going on to her, 2 going on him, 2's going on her, and 1's going on her. So now I have to roll the defense of each of these zombies. This is probably the better way to explain it all. So let's deal with this one that has 2 damage. She only has 1 block, or 1 dice, so she didn't block any, so the 2 are going to go through. So I'm going to take these 2 dice and stick them in the dice box. So let's deal with her. So she has 1 against 1, and she failed 2 as well. So that is going to be added to the dice pool. And now let's do the zombie with the gowned. He's got 2, he got 1 block, and he failed that 2 as well. So these 2 are going to go on to that zombie. And let's do her. So she's got to roll 1, and she blocked 1. So therefore, 1 hit is going towards her, and the other one is gone. And last but not least is her with the 1 hit. Nope. So she is going to possibly take damage too as well. So this is kind of like the order we're doing it. So first off, let's do the 2 damage here. Headshot, deado. So goodbye-o. Ah! 1 down. Good job, Chainsaw Mac. Next. No, nothing. Okay. Next is the hospital wearing zombie. That is a headshot by hospital wearing zombie. Bye-bye. Hospital gown wearing zombie, sorry. And now all we have left to roll is 1 more, and nothing happens. So out of all of that, you can see this is all what happens there. Unfortunately for Mac doing the melee, and again, he goes first because one thing that I forgot to do on camera for all the rolls, I think I did it for the first one, is for every turn you have to roll the initiative with 5 dice like I did the first one. I did it off camera, unfortunately. And what that means, it kind of tells you who goes first for each round and so forth, and who's going to attack first in the melee phase. And obviously, Mac attacked first into this group. It's just signifying, obviously, that when I did the initiative roll off camera, that it was the survivors that went first. You don't have to do it. You could always just say survivors go first if you want, but I just wanted to make it a little more challenging, even though this isn't challenging enough. Because we're in the melee phase, we're going to deal with this too as well, since we're still at Mac. Mac did all of his attacks, And now we're on to the zombie attack. So this zombie is going, because it's within a 1-inch bubble. There, that I don't think is within 1 inch. No. So that's okay, but obviously this one's going in, this one's going in, this one's going in. They're not. So Mac's got to contend with 1, 2, 3, 4 zombies. You know what? Let's bring her in too. Why not? So that is 5 zombies that Mac has to contend with. So to resolve this, just so we're on the same page here, so after the first zombie attacks, when every subsequent zombie, blah, 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 I can't even talk right now. After each zombie, they get a +1 to attack because it's already been attacked. It's kind of like building it up. So therefore, the first zombie is going to attack with 2 dice at Mac. He gets a +1 because he did engage. So that's 2 hits on Mac. So Mac's got to do his defense. This is really bad. So his defense is 2. So he gets 2 white dice. Whoops, I'm crossing camera here and everything. This is bad. So yeah, Mac gets 2 dice that he can roll. Oh boy, here goes. Uh-oh. He does do nothing. Uh-oh. I think he can't do anything. I'll check his card first. So far, excuse me, Mac never blocked any. So therefore, these are going to go through. What is it going to do to him? 2 damage. Uh-oh, this is bad. I said 2 damage? Well, bam! I need Mac in the fight because, majorly because he's the best one in melee. So these 2 are going to cancel out them, so therefore Mac does not take anything at all. And because he didn't take any damage, he pushed that zombie back. But now, this zombie's got a +1, that zombie's going to get a +2, and that zombie's going to get a +3. And that is because if you are attacking a miniature that's already been attacked, the same round you're going to get a +1 die. So after I do all of this, I will come back after resolving everything. Hopefully Mac will still be standing, but we will see. Oh no, on one of the zombies' turn, he ended up rolling after doing damage and he got it slain. But luckily Mac has wounds, so he's able to absorb that 1 hit. But we're still not done though, but 1 hit, so he's still up, but now we have to resolve the rest of the zombies attacking him. This is bad news. In the end of this horrible, horrible battle, you can see that Mac is shocked. He's not bitten. He's not out of the game. He's prone. He's shocked because they had a hit on him, but they didn't get the bite mark symbol or the slain symbol. So Mac is still there, but that was all the zombies on this side. So now we have to go to another part to do with more melee, and then we're going to swing up to here. Now, this is going to be interesting. Oh boy. Actually, after everything is done, I'll be back because I don't want this, I don't know how long this video is right now and I tend to ramble a lot, so after resolve, I'll be back and I'll show you what it is. After all the fight has been concluded, for this melee you can see that the cop, he's down, he's not slain, but he is prone. Now, we are going to go over to this and let's deal with because I think the little girl's going to be gone. The very bad babe, we'll deal with her first, and then I'll be back. For the very bad babe, you can see she was over here, but she moved here. The reason doing, because she has Hunter, she can move 6 inches to link up to somebody else. I think that's what it says for Hunter, if I'm not mistaken. I should have read this off camera. Hunter can engage within 6 inches instead of 2. So she engaged him, and then she gets to roll all of her dice, and to total them up, it's going to be 1 for engagement, 2 for her bonus, 2 for her handgun that can be used in melee. So I rolled everything, so it was a total of 5 white dice against 1 black, and I rolled it off camera, and look what happened. I can't believe this. So blocked 1 hit, canceled out. And then I rolled 3 shields, so nothing. And then 1. That's it. That went through with that zombie because the other zombie blocked 1. And I flubbed on them. So here goes. She's going to see now if she can slay him. Nope. Failed. And now because she failed, she gets pushed back 1 inch. And now because that's an inch there, what's gonna happen is, zoink. Gotta be within an inch, zoink, zoink, zoink. So that was kind of a silly move on her part and a smart move at the same time. Smart move to get rid of some zombies, but what the outcome that happened here, that now she has to try to fend off all three. I'll be back when this happens. After the roll, unfortunately, you can see that she is down. And what's even worse is she's not just shocked, she's actually slain. Oh boy, Board Game Maniacs, and there you have it. This is the end of this custom mission for Project Z by Warlord Games. And when I say the end, because I did say that they had to survive for 6 rounds. I can't remember if I did say that all survivors, all 4 survivors, have to remain alive at the end of 6 rounds to win the game, which means they survive to get into the building to make their way up to the helipad. But unfortunately, one of them have died, and it was the very bad babe, not the little girl, that has turned into zombie meat for all the zombies, and therefore the shock of everybody else, the shock from all of her teammates seeing her go down and just get devoured, and also seeing the little girl seeing that, you know, like Chainsaw Mac and the cop is down and suffering, she was so distraught. But then when all of them seen the very bad babe, which they looked up to, completely devoured by the horde of zombies, they just tossed and towel and said, just take me, eat meat. There's no way in hell that we're gonna survive. And that ends this episode of Apocalyptic Saturday for Board Game Maniacs. I hope you enjoyed this. Comment down below, let me know how bad I screwed up the rules. But remember, there is some house rules, and if you comment below of this, and if it is a house rule, and I was playing it per house rule, and I forgot to mention it, it's my bad, but I will mention it in the comments. I reply to everybody's comment. But if I screwed up again, screwed up any rules, timestamp the video, refer to a page number in the rule book, and explain to me what I did wrong. Because that way I learned the game, other viewers learn the game, and it makes for a better, stronger community. So a gaming community. And that's all we need here at Board Game Maniacs. So thank you very much for watching this. We'll see you in the next episode. And the next one is coming up, I think, is Starbound Saturday. So we'll see you next Saturday for that. In outer space, maybe. Who knows? So until then, bye-bye. Be a maniac, play some games, kill some zombies. Check out WarlordGames.com for the pre-release for the game Project Z. You will not be let down because this game is fabulous. Until next time, bye, bye.
Hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to keep up to date with Board Game Maniacs, click on the like and subscribe button to be notified when more videos come available. If you want to become an official sponsor of Board Game Maniacs, go to patreon.com/BoardGameManiacs. Or you can go to streamlabs.com/BoardGameManiacs1. That's right, and you can donate to help keep the lights on, keep food in our bellies, and play more games. We'll purchase more games, more equipment to make Board Game Maniacs evolve and get bigger and larger. Because of you, the viewers, I thank you from the bottom of my toes to the top of my head for all of your support. And until next time, Board Game Maniacs, be a maniac.